Are we live? Here we go! Go the Cowboys! Woo!
Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday Football Review for round 6 of the 2023 NRL season. We saw 2 games of football today. We saw the Titans defeat the Dragons 20 points to 18, and we saw the Knights defeat the Warriors 34 points to 24. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Share it around on social media. Share this video on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all over social media. It would be greatly appreciated as well. And thank you very much for tuning in. And thank you all for taking the time out of your day or night to watch the Sunday Football Review. It is greatly appreciated. This review at this stage will be solo. I'll be doing this on my own. Won't take up too much of your time tonight. I know it's Easter Sunday night. Some people probably have got plans and they're a bit busy, but that's all right. We're here to do the Sunday Football Review. Before we get into it, I just want to acknowledge the live chat. We have got Peripi. We have got Faraz. Jason Reader, we've got Devils_side. We've got everyone here starting to tune in for the Sunday Football Review. It's good to see a nice crowd building up here for the review. I hope you guys are all doing very well. All right, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to go back to the very first game, the 4 o'clock game, which was at SeaPass Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. The Titans 20, the Dragons 18, in front of, it looked like about 10,000. I believe it was about 12,000 in total. The crowd, whether that's accurate or not, I am not sure. Titans 20, Dragons 18. Not a bad game of footy by any means. I thought the Dragons were very unlucky not to win this. I thought the Dragons were probably the better team throughout the whole game, but they weren't able to hold on towards the end, and it did cost them. They weren't able to hold out towards the end of the game, so a bit unlucky for the Dragons. They probably were the better team too on stats, but I don't care about stats too much. Let's go for the tries in this game, shall we? So Dragons started off very well. They scored the first try of the game there. But actually, no. Before the first try of the game, Francis Molo, in the 2nd or 3rd minute, was sin-binned for a high tackle. In my opinion, yes, it was a high tackle. Yes, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. But in my opinion, Francis Molo should not have been sin-binned. I don't believe there was a whole lot in it. I thought it was a really tough call against the Dragons early on. I don't think Molo deserved to be in the sin bin. It's just, it's a penalty. You put him on report, you get on with the game. I don't think there was a whole lot in that. But it didn't really matter a whole lot because the Dragons, it didn't really matter, guys, because what the Dragons were able to do, they held on for 10 minutes and they put up a kick on tackle 5. 17th minute of the game, Zach Lomax comes through the air, catches the ball, scores the first try of the game. And if you've been following me on Instagram and on social media, hashtag Team Lomax. Lomax scored the first try of the game. Great start for the Red V. Dragons go up 6-0 early on. And then not long after that, the Gold Coast hit back. They were on the attack, the Titans, and they found some nice offloads for the middle there. And Jaden Campbell went over and scored for the Titans under the post. Campbell scores. We're leveled at 6-all at that point of the game. After 25 minutes at 6 apiece. And then there was a penalty to the Titans because of Jaden Sewer. Gold Coast take the 2. Titans go up 8-6. And then there was a dangerous tackle from, I think it might have been Aaron Schock from memory. And so there was a penalty to the Dragons, and we're leveled up at 8-all. We get to half-time. It's 8 apiece. I thought half-time, I think the first half was fair. I think 8-all was the appropriate scoreline. I honestly think 8-all was probably the appropriate scoreline. I thought the Dragons and Titans were fairly even in that first half. It was quite a back-and-forth game. Second half begins. The Dragons start well on the attack there. Ravalawa finds a little bit of space down that side. Runs back on the inside there. Ravalawa scores for the Dragons. Dragons go up 14-8. And then 10 minutes later, Philip Sami ends up going in for the Titans. A pretty soft try as well from Philip Sami. Sami scores for the Titans. We're 14-all. It's 14-all for a while. Good 20 minutes. It was 14-all. And then Dragons down the left-hand side, they found, it was left, no, the right-hand side, I think it was. I can't even remember what side it was. Ben Hunt. Hunt crashes over to score off a nice offload. Ben Hunt scores for the Dragons. Dragons in front. Now, Dragons scored through Ben Hunt with about 6-7 minutes to go. Everybody thought it was game over. Lomax missed the conversion, which actually really hurt the Dragons. Missed the conversion. Dragons 18-14 in front. And then the Titans, a very lucky try here. Toby Sexton found a little bit of space. Sexton reached out, scores for the Titans. Jaden Sewer and Ben Hunt fell for it. Toby Sexton scored for the Titans. Boyd converted the goal. Dragons go short kickoff. It was a shocker. And then they had one chance to maybe set up for a 2-point field goal. And Hunt unfortunately knocked the ball on. We get the full time, and the Gold Coast win the game, 20-18. They were lucky to win the Titans, I thought. They were very lucky to win. Dragons were probably the better side throughout the whole game. Look, the Titans did not lead at any stage of this game until the final 2 minutes. So I thought they were pretty lucky to win. Dragons deserved it, but unfortunately they just weren't able to hold off towards the end of the game there. But, you know, wasn't the greatest game of football by any means. Both sides were quite sloppy. And, look, with all due respect, it wasn't a top 8 clash. Both sides I don't see in the top 8 come season's end. I don't see the Titans or the Dragons playing finals this year. It was just one of those good old-fashioned bottom 4 or mid-table games, like a 12th versus 14th sort of game. That's what it felt like to me. It wasn't a high-quality game by any means. It was entertaining, but in the end, the Gold Coast were able to find a way to win, and they managed to steal it at the end, 20-18. My man of the match from this game, look, there were a lot of players in this game that were bloody good, and some of them were average as well. My man of the match, I'm just going to go out and say Jaden Campbell is my man of the match. I thought Jaden Campbell was very good for the Titans. I thought Campbell played outstanding today. So I'm going to give Jaden Campbell the man of the match. And the Titans get the win, 20-18. And hopefully Zach Lomax is doing okay. Zach Lomax has been copying a lot of unnecessary hate on social media from somebody who's a big Titan supporter, and the way that's been dealt with on social media has been appalling. So hopefully Lomax is okay. It's just a terrible situation. So shout out to Zach Lomax and shout out to the Dragons. it's quite sad the way that situation's been going on. And you know, all I can say to the Titans fans that are abusing players on social media and giving it to the Titans, giving it to the opposition, I should say, just be better. Be better. And, yeah, rent-free. Unbelievable. Anyway, we'll move on from that game, and we'll go to the Knights versus Warriors game now. And the Newcastle Knights had a very good win over the Warriors, 34 points to 24 in front of a very nice crowd at McDonald Jones Stadium down there in Newcastle. This game was entertaining, I'll tell you that. Honestly, this game was entertaining as I thought the Warriors were coming back to steal it towards the end. They just didn't have the quality at the end. They lost Tamari Martin at the end of a bad ankle injury. They lost Wade Egan during the game due to a concussion. So they're two big losses right there for the Warriors. And they had Dylan Walker at 5'8". They had Bailey Sheridan playing hooker for a while. They had a lot of players all over the place in this game. The Warriors, I thought Newcastle handled it well in that second half. Honestly, Newcastle handled the second half very, very well. But in the end, the Newcastle Knights managed to get a win over the Warriors. It was a fairly good game of footy. Defensively, both sides were pretty bad. I mean, for the Warriors to concede 34 points, they got to be better, the Warriors. Their defense today was terrible. Now, the thing with the Warriors I want to talk about, they have been very good to watch this year. But the Warriors' defense, it needs work, man. They conceded 34 today. They conceded 30 last week against the Sharks. So they got to fix that up, the Warriors. They have conceded 64 points in 2 weeks. So the Warriors are going to fix that up, man. 64 points conceded in 2 weeks for a Warriors side that's sitting in 5th on the ladder at the moment. So they got to fix that up. But you know what? Credit to Newcastle. They had no Kalen Ponga again, obviously, and they lost Brayley, and they still have a few out. Jacob Saifidi is not available. Adam Elliott not available. They have a few out at the moment, the Knights, so they did very well to win this game. The try scorers from this one, Dom Young got 1, Marzu got 2, Frizzell, Crossland, and Mann all scored. And for the Warriors, Adam Pompey got a double, Kossi got 1, and Jackson Ford got 1 as well for the Warriors. Newcastle in the first half were very good. They were leading 22 points to 6. They were all over the Warriors. They were in complete control of the game. And then the Warriors, they found a way back in the game, just like they did against the Sharks last week. They were down 22 points to 18. And anyway, at 22-18, the Warriors were coming to get them. And then Newcastle scored from dummy half. I think it was Kurt Mann. And then Marzu, and then a late one to Jackson Ford. And I was like, oh, here we go. 34-24, still 6 minutes to go. Warriors just weren't able to find points in the last 5 minutes. But Newcastle, full credit to them. I mean, they're playing well tonight. I think they're in the top 8 now, aren't they? Yep, they're in 8th. They're 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So that's definitely a pass mark for Newcastle to start the year. They're doing better than everyone thought. A lot of people had Newcastle for the wooden spoon this year. I don't think they're going to win the wooden spoon at all. I think they're a team that's improving and they're on the up. But they were great today, Newcastle. I thought Lachlan Miller was outstanding. I thought Dominic Young was terrific. Marzu played well. Phoenix Crossland had a good game. Hastings was outstanding. Frizzell, very good. Lachlan Fitzgibbon had some good moments as well. Kurt Mann off the bench, very good, along with Brodie Jones. I thought they were all very good for the Knights, as for the New Zealand Warriors. Nickel Klokstad was outstanding. Kossi, Pompey were terrific. Johnson probably should have ran the ball a little bit more for mine. Fanua Blake and Jackson Ford were very good. Dylan Walker and Tom Arley were good for the Warriors as well. This game was entertaining, but in the end, the Newcastle Knights managed to get the victory, and you know, I reckon last year, if Newcastle led 22-6 and they were up 22-18, I reckon they probably would have lost that game last year. So Adam O'Brien has got the Knights. They're improving. They're looking a lot better than what they did last year. So well done to the Knights on a very tough win, 34-24 over the Warriors. My man of the match from this game between the Knights and the Warriors, I'm going to give it to Lachlan Miller. I thought Lachlan Miller today was outstanding for the Newcastle Knights. I thought Miller had a very strong game. So Lachlan Miller is my man of the match in their 34-24 win over the New Zealand Warriors. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the Sunday football review. A bit of a quick review, not a whole lot to talk about, and the reviews go a lot quicker when I'm doing by myself. Guys, thank you for watching the Sunday football review for round 6 of the NRL. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a like and a subscribe. Cheers for watching. Have a fantastic Sunday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Eels versus Tigers live reaction for the what do we call it? The Easter Monday game between the Eels and the Tigers. Anyway, guys, until then, have a good night. Full time, Titans 20, Dragons 18, even though it was a massive fluke, and Knights 34, Warriors 24. See you next time.